Hi everyone, it's Maria, and today I'm going to be creating a new book tag. This is called Nonfiction November 2017 book tag. Nonfiction November, if you're not familiar, you haven't really been watching your booktube videos, but it is put on by Gemma at Nonfic Books and Olive at a Book Olive. It is one of my favorite things that we do as booktubers. It's probably one of the reasons I started making videos. I just get super excited about it, and I asked Olive if I could do a tag, and she said yes, bring it. So I'm excited about it. So I will go ahead and get started with the questions so this isn't a horribly long video. Question number 1. Booktube is a great community to find new nonfiction recommendations. Name a booktuber that you think does a great job at nonfiction recommendations. And for this one, I'm going to give Vanessa at Split Read some love because she and I have been sharing a brain lately and seem to be reading each other's books or reviewing them right before, I don't know, we're just checking out all the same books right now from the library, and it's great. Question number 2, why do you read nonfiction? For me, it just feels like a superpower to be able to open a book and learn. Learning is my superpower, and I just get so excited. I've always loved children's encyclopedias, nonfiction biographies since I was a little girl, and I'm just super excited to keep celebrating that and continuing on the tradition with my kids. The next 3 questions are about home, which is one of the 4 challenge words for this particular year. And the third question is, where in your home do you read most? I read mostly on the couch, under a cozy blanket, or in the bathtub, because I can kind of maybe get a little bit of quiet there. Sometimes I will also read standing up at my kitchen counter, but I am not above, reading anywhere you can get me. Question number 4, what is a nonfiction book set in your home country? And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and say American Women by Gail Collins, 400 Years of Dolls, Drudges, Helpmates, and Heroines. Not only does she cover some great women in history that you might be familiar with and go a little bit more in depth, but she talks about the everyday woman. And I just really enjoyed getting a glimpse into the past and recognizing what the women who went before me had to put up with to get us to where we are now. So that's a great one. Question number 5, name a nonfiction book on home that you were hoping to pick up. This one is easy for me because I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, and my youngest is going to be 3 soon. She's much more challenging than my other 2 were, and so I picked up No Drama Discipline by Daniel Siegel and Tina Bryson. I really needed this book right about now because, I'm exhausted. Just so exhausted. I haven't been able to film as many videos. The last, I feel like 50 times I've tried to film, she's come in screaming for some reason. I'm tired. So No Drama Discipline is on my list, as well as several other ones. The next 3 questions are on love. Love is the second focus word. So the 6th question is, what nonfiction genre or topic do you love to read about the most? And for this one, while I love memoirs and biographies, I think social justice nonfiction books are my favorite things to read. They're very challenging, and if you can get a memoir that is mixed with social justice, it's pretty much a sure thing that I'm going to pick it up. I've been flirting with other types of the nonfiction world, but right now that is what really is getting me going. Question number 7, name a nonfiction book that relates to love that you would recommend. And for this one was super easy because I've given it as a present about not a million times, but quite a few times. And it is Emily Nagoski's Come As You Are, The Surprising New Science That Will Transform Your Sex Life. I think if you are a female or you love a female, you should pick this book up. It not only makes you feel normal about whatever you are and however you're built, but it gives you some great tools about how to talk with your partner. I've known several people who've put notes in the margins. I've not gotten to do that yet, but I think it's just a great tool for a couple to talk about together, or for you to know your own self better. So we're going to give as a book as a gift, because I've done that for wedding presents. The next question is question number 8. What nonfiction book on your TBR for this month are you most excited about reading that relates to the love word? And for this one, I'm going to say Quiet by Susan Cain. The power of introverts in a world that can't stop talking. My husband is an introvert. he's read this book, and I still haven't gotten to it, and it's been on my shelf for a while, so I'm really excited about picking this one up. Questions 9 through 11 are on the word substance. Question number 9 is nonfiction can introduce us to great people in history to admire and aspire to. What persons or type of people have you really enjoyed reading about? First up, Alexander Hamilton. I loved reading the Hamilton Revolution book with all of the lyrics from the musical. Another one that I really liked is Eleanor Roosevelt's You Learn by Living. This is a small book. I've never read anything written by her. I'd read lots of books about her. But I thought this was a great book with so many things that I would underline or put on a t-shirt. She is a woman who had a lot of substance to her, a lot of chutzpah, and it's great to be inspired by people like that in the past. Question number 10. What book would you recommend to people that has some substance behind it? And for this one, I am going to say Super Better by Jane McGonigal, a revolutionary approach to getting stronger, happier, braver, and more resilient. Jane McGonigal has a TED Talk out that you can watch on YouTube as well, but she talks about using game theory and what we know about game theory to transform our own habits, our own challenges, addictions. I just really liked everything that she had to say in here. I think it would give a lot of substance and food for thought. Lots of practical tips in here to challenge you as how to make life more fun while also doing life better. So I really loved Super Better. And what book are you most excited about reading on your TBR that has substance kind of in your definition of it? And for these, I picked books about two of my favorite people of substance. Nellie Bly. This is 80 Days by Matthew Goodman, Nellie Bly and Elizabeth Bisland's history-making race around the world. And Team of Rivals by Doris Kearns Goodwin. This book has probably been on my TBR longer than any other book. I'm embarrassed that I still have not read this yet. It's just the length scares me, but I'm going to do it this year. If it kills me, I'm going to do that. So the next 3 questions are in scholarship. Question number 12. Nonfiction is a great way to learn new skills and ideas. What would you say you've taken away from reading nonfiction? I've learned a lot more about homesteading a little bit. I've learned about cooking, definitely. I cook a lot differently than I used to because of the books that I've read. But something that I think I really have learned a lot lately about is minimalism and zero waste home, kind of moving towards cutting out on purchases that I don't need and trying to be more content with myself, consumerism, and I'm going to be doing a whole series on that soon about some of the changes that I'm making in my own personal home life because of some books that I've read. Yeah, you guys are going to think I'm crazy shortly with the series that I'm going to be pushing out soon. So yes, cutting back and simplifying is definitely a skill that I have been leaning into because of books. Question number 13, which book would you recommend that would teach somebody something well? And for this one, I am going to say Creating Innovators by Toni Wagner, The Making of Young People Who Will Change the World. This was a very interesting read for me, being a homeschooling mom. Toni Wagner went around and interviewed several CEOs and asked them what they were looking for in the next generation of employees, and these are the answers that they gave. I think it's been something that I've gone back to several times to kind of reevaluate what I'm doing with my children, if there's something I can do better, and just I really, really thought this was a very good book. And which books are you excited about reading that relate to scholarship on your TBR? And for this one, I actually snagged these from my mom's house, or my parents' house, but yeah, her shelves. Make Just One Change by Dan Rothstein and Luz Santana. Teach students to ask their own questions. And then also Making Learning Whole, How 7 Principles of Teaching Can Transform Education by David Perkins. I'm excited about both of these books. They're not too terribly long, but I'm needing a little refresher course and inspiration on teaching right now. So that's what I'm excited about. Finally, who are you going to tag? And I'm going to tag a lot of people. I will tag probably more than just this, but Mary from Happily Ever Esh, obviously Vanessa from Split Reads, Olive from A Book Olive, looking at you, girl, Gemma from Not Thick Books, Emily from ARG Schooling, Steve Donahue. You love doing tags, so just go ahead and do this one too. And Crystal Marsh, I miss you. So if you're watching videos or maybe wanting to do a video, I would love to see you do this tag. Yeah, Summer from Tales of Adventure. Like, yes, all the people do the tag because it was really fun. Let's celebrate some nonfiction books. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.